Hello, so my name is Chloe Menincha, and today I will be talking to you about organic food as a marketing hype. Within the last decade, the trend of buying organic foods and viewing organically grown food as superior to conventionally grown food has overtaken buying food for its nutritional value. Stores like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's have overtaken the produce spotlight and even the snack industry because of their organic labels. The most prominent selling point on organic foods is its supposed high nutrient content and pesticide-free nature that its sellers claim conventional food does not have. However, in my presentation, I will prove there is no significant difference in nutrition between organic and conventional food, and that is being priced far above its actual value, especially given the absence of a guarantee that it's pesticide-free. Organic foods and all of its benefits are simply a marketing hype. As a consumer, I often see conventional produce set next to their organic counterparts with little to no visible difference between the two products. Even the nutrition facts labels on both products show very few differences, such as minor differences in calories or sodium. Every week I buy strawberries from the local Whole Foods. The organic and the conventional versions of the strawberries are always set next to each other, and the only difference I can tell is that the organic strawberries are more expensive than the conventional. The taste, the color, the size, and the smell all tend to be the same. Physician Henry Miller wrote an article on why organic food is a marketing hype. Products are considered organic when the process involved in growing or making them is free of pesticides, synthetic fertilizers, antibiotics, and growth hormones. Since the certification of organic foods is process-based, there is very little physical evidence to test whether or not a product is truly organic. The lack of adequate testing also prevents the guarantee of any organic products being pesticides-free, making the concept of organic certification a faith-based system rather than evidence-based. A grievous error in itself. The only thing holding organic farmers accountable for any errors in the organic process are personal records of these farmers practicing the process, which are ultimately dubious accounts. The United States Department of Agriculture, also known as the USDA, is the U.S. federal executive department responsible for developing and executing federal laws related to farming, agriculture, forestry, and food. It aims to meet the needs of farmers and ranchers, promote agricultural trade and production, to assure food safety, protect natural resources, foster rural communities, and end hunger in the United States and internationally. For example, the USDA took a sampling of 571 pieces of organic products in 2012 and found out that 43% of the sample was contaminated by prohibited pesticide residues. This study further proves the case that organic foods are not only lacking in nutritional value over conventional foods, but also proves that organic foods are in fact more toxic than conventional foods. Other studies have shown that there are higher phosphorus levels and lower nitrogen levels in organic foods. High phosphorus levels can be very damaging to people with kidney problems, as the phosphorus causes a side effect that pulls calcium out of bones and deposits them into the blood vessels, lungs, eyes, and heart. Such side effects can lead to horrible diseases and illnesses such as osteoporosis and calcification, which causes bone deformities, muscle weakness, and impaired vision. As well as the high phosphorus levels in organic produce, there's also low nitrogen levels. Low nitrogen levels can also cause harmful effects in people just as much as high phosphorus levels can. Nitrogen is a major component in amino acids, the building blocks of protein, and is required to form muscles and tissues in the human body. Someone with a nitrogen deficiency may have weaker muscles, be more susceptible to fatigue, and have a much less efficient immune system. Despite despite the fact that organic foods contain the same levels of vitamin C, calcium, potassium, and as other conventional foods do. Oh God. Sorry. Organic foods are considerably more expensive. Organic products typically price about $1 to $2 more than the conventional food item. Let's go to the slide. As an example of outrageous price increase, one writer from the Harvard College of Medicine in Manhattan conducted an experiment where she compared the prices of groceries purchased on a weekly basis to their organic counterparts. The column on the far right shows how much more a person would be spending per year if they were to buy the organic version and buy the same product every week for 1 year. As you can see, much more money is being spent each year should a person buy the organic versions of their typical groceries, spending about $1,200 to $1,400 more than when purchasing conventional foods. So as you can see in the graph here, the lady at Harvard Medical, she took the general price of the conventional products of these produce and compared it to the organic here, and found that most of the time the organic versions of the conventional food were around $1 or $2 more, therefore increasing the price of what you would spend on a weekly basis if you were to buy organic instead of the conventional versions of these foods. Another experiment utilized Consumer Reports, where consumers compared 100 different produce. Does that happen a lot? 100 different produce and technical difficulties. Okay, compared 100 different product pairings that found each product's organic counterpart was about 47% more expensive than the conventional counterpart. Chart 1 shows online services that sell conventional and organic produce. This chart illustrates that almost every organic product listed is more expensive than its conventional counterpart. Chart 2 shows grocery stores that sell conventional and organic produce. This chart illustrates that almost every organic product listed is more expensive than its conventional counterpart as well. Compared to the previous chart, the gap between organic and conventional food is actually larger because of how organic foods are ridiculously priced. So in chart 1 of the organic foods here, this is all of the online sellers that sell both the organic and the conventional foods of each of these products. This is the percent in differences between the two prices. And as you can see, pretty much every single product except for baby carrots increased a significant amount. And then when you look at actual grocery stores, so like Safeway, Price Chopper, Walmart, Whole Foods, when you compare the conventional prices that they have opposed to the organic, they have an even larger increase than compared to the online sellers in the prices between the conventional and organic produce. Just go back to this slide. Apologize. So, as well as organic food marketing with its colorful labels and emphasis on how all natural a product is despite its similarity to conventional counterparts, is essentially a modern version of the selling of snake oil, much like popular media today. Many so-called doctors in the 19th century concocted various cure-all medicines and remedies and sold them to the public only for consumers to find out that the items they purchased were not as beneficial or unique as advertised. Often these bottles of medicine held mere water infused with random herbs that held no potency. These snake oil salesmen only placed labels on mundane items in order to make a profit, much like the selling of organic products today. Organic food products are in no way healthier than their conventional counterparts, containing much more nutritional and financial problems than people normally expect. The supposed benefits of organic foods have been blown out of proportion by popular media and marketing statements, serving only to increase these products' prices as a facade of greater quality over normal food. There is no reliable evidence showing that organic food is raised and grown in a proper manner, nor is there any clear evidence of organic foods being any more nutritious than their main counterparts. Ultimately, the marketing of organic food is nothing more than a way to stir up interest and increase sales at the cost of the consumer's money and good judgment.